All right, good evening, guys. Welcome to our Team Get Super Fit 21 Day Fix Challenge kickoff call. I'm really excited to have you guys here in this evening and just to be able to share and really get you guys started off on the right foot for this challenge. I guess, the best way to start out would be, just for me to tell a little bit about my story and why I think you guys are in a great position with this challenge. I started out back in January, February of 2010 timeframe, and this is me here. Let's see here. People told me, I didn't need to lose weight and stuff like that. But, if you just look on the left, you just see someone who's just, kind of skinny fat, basically. It's, just a high body fat percentage and low muscle percentage. And so I was actually around, I think, 180 pounds with around 19% body fat. And I think 20% is the obesity definition for a male. So I was just about obese. And this before picture was actually even after I had done 30 days of P90X. I actually had gone onto my computer. I knew it was a ways into my transformation. I was going, okay, I really need to find those before pictures. Well, I had actually deleted them because I was so disgusted. So that picture right there is after 30 days, and I don't know how much I had lost, but I had made some decent progress already. So I was just brought up in a household that was just, really based on processed foods and, a lot of, it wasn't terrible, but it was just not real food, not what you see in the 21 Day Fix meal plan. And that just continued. I put on a lot of weight in college and all that sort of stuff and just never really developed any habits. But I got pretty fed up. And, as I got into my mid-30s, just started having some issues as far as anxiety was concerned and knew I had to make a change. And I kept seeing the infomercial for P90X over and over. Back in those days, we didn't have the 21 Day Fix. So ended up, after 25 times of seeing the P90X infomercial, ordered it. And, I was assigned a coach, but I didn't have a group like this. If I would have had something like this, I think I would have had, not that I didn't have success. I mean, I did, but it was a tough road just kind of doing it by myself. And I did have my coach that I was kind of staying accountable with, but we certainly didn't have the tools that we had these days with this awesome group. So ended up, going through it, and obviously you can see the results took a while to get to that level of transformation because I still didn't really know what I was doing food-wise. I looked at the P90X nutrition guide, and compared to the nutrition guides that they had these days, like with 21 Day Fix, obviously is very simple, and I just got the new P90 program. That nutrition guide it's really, really simple. And that really wasn't the case with like the original P90X. So I was very confused by it and really didn't follow it. So I just gradually changed my eating habits on my own, and then eventually, got to where I am today, where I'm really eating super clean, and also doing the 21 Day Fix back in April really helped that as well. And then obviously joined as a coach. Really love this community that we've built. I've built this team Get Super Fit. We have, well over 100 coaches, and probably about, 50 of us are really active in this, and we just love working together and helping people. So that's pretty much it for my story. Just wanted to share a little bit about myself. And really, we're just here to inspire you guys with our own stories, answer any questions that you have, and give you our top tips. Really, that's the agenda that I have for this evening. So I have my top tips, but I want to turn it over. Let me go ahead and turn it over to Deanna first, if that's all right, and let her, actually, she's on the phone, I see. Let me turn it over to Jamie then, and Jamie can go ahead. Why don't you go ahead and take it away?
Do you want me to share a little bit about my journey too?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Yeah.
I started with Beachbody back in March, I think, of last year, 2013. After I had met my coach at a random breakfast with a friend, and I was so inspired by her transformation that I just knew that day that I had to go home and sign up. So I did. And through the help of these groups and the friendships I formed and the the constant support from my coach, I'm down 70 pounds, almost 70 pounds. And, you know, I find myself caring less and less about the number now, although, there I am. And I care more about just the way that it makes me feel. In the initial, it's like, you know, you want to get on the scale every single day and you want to track that, your progress. But now, you know, for me, it's more about trying to tone and, you know, just seeing a difference in my measurements rather than the scale. So if I can tell you one tip over the next 21 days, don't get hung up on the scale, because some of you will have great success with number on the scale and others will have better success with measurements. So it's very important to actually take those before pictures. Take them every week if you want, because a lot of times you'll see your change in pictures more so than on the scale. And sometimes that is more encouraging than a pound or two difference. I also wanted to just talk briefly about how I prepare for the 21-day fix. What I do is every weekend, either Saturday or Sunday, depending on our schedule, I'll sit down and actually make up our meal plan for the whole entire week. So I'll sit down for myself every single day and I'll map out my breakfast, my lunch, my dinner, and then I'll coordinate which containers go with which meal. So therefore I know that I'm getting my containers in for the whole entire day. After I meal plan, then I make my grocery list about what I need to get. And then after I go to the store, I get all of my produce and my fruit. I'll actually come home that exact same day and I clean everything up and I chop it and I put them in throwaway like Ziploc brand containers or whatever have you. And that way they're in my fridge and they're all chopped, they're ready to go. And it just makes my week go a lot smoother when I'm more prepared. I'm fortunate enough that I don't have to work outside the home. So I don't have to to put mine in extra containers for the whole week. That's just kind of how I do it. And that way, when I'm looking at my meal plan, I know what I'm going to eat. I grab my pre-chopped vegetables and I portion them out. It just makes life a lot less stressful when you can do that. I find the times that I don't do that, or I'm a day or two late getting in the grocery store, I'm kind of panicking, like, what am I going to eat today? Because I don't have anything ready. And it makes the temptation for the bad food that much easier to go to, because we all know that fast food is a lot easier to obtain than healthy food. So it just makes you want to work a little harder at your preparation. So I feel if you're prepared for the whole week, you will fly by this program. You'll be that much more successful. And that's really what I wanted to share, unless you could think something else, Stuart, that I should talk about.
That was great. One thing I thought of, and I have some tips I'm going to share, but one that I did not put on my list that you mentioned is just about preparation. And one of the things that I like to do is just carry a small cooler with me. Like when I'm in the car, if I'm going to be going somewhere for a while, going out shopping and stuff, I'll just take a cooler, with some healthy snacks and some water, and I take healthy snacks for the kids as well. Just makes life a lot easier. And if I get stuck somewhere, I have that available. So my wife thinks I'm weird for doing that, but it really works great for me. So thank you very much for sharing, Jamie.
You're welcome.
All right, Deanna, I just unmuted you.
Okay. Sorry, it was my my husband. My husband's a police officer, and he had a dead body at work.
Oh my God.
So I took the call. Yeah, not a call you get every day. My name is Deanna, and I am a coach on Team Get Super Fit. I'll be in the group with you guys. And I have done one round of the 21-day fix. I've lost 7 pounds in my first round. I'm down to my last 10 pounds. So I'm really, trying to focus on, using the workouts, the nutrition plan. Give you guys a little bit of background. I've run 2 full marathons, and I was also a college athlete. And with this 21-day fix, I feel like I am getting in the best shape of my life. Just to give you guys, the nutrition, like I always felt like I was honed in on nutrition. I knew what I was doing. Like I kind of bulked at like the 21-day fix, because I was kind of like, is it like a beginner program? Like, is this going to be good? Like, is it going to push me? So I was shocked, and I was finally like, you know what? I hit this plateau. Enough was enough. So I was like, I'm getting the 21-day fix. I was like, what the hell do I have to lose? So I bought it, and I love it. I don't think there's anything else out there like it. I talk to everybody about it. I just think it's an amazing program because it really shows you, what your body needs as far as fuel wise, as far as carbs wise. And you guys really need to follow the plan. If you follow the plan, like me today, I went to a golf outing and I volunteered there. And I brought my Shakeology with me and I brought Greek yogurt. So everybody else was eating hot dogs, hamburgers, pork, and I had Greek yogurt with berries and Shakeology in my purse. And when everyone else was eating lunch, I busted out my food out of my purse. And I mean, I don't really care. I mean, does everybody think it's strange? Maybe a couple people do, but you know how many people today told me that hadn't seen me in a while were like, wow, you look great. You look fantastic. So I'd rather be the weirdo that looks fantastic than the person sitting there eating hot dogs and hamburgers and everything else and feeling sorry for myself because my clothes don't fit. So I'll take weirdo in shape any day. The other thing is doing the workouts. Make sure you guys are doing the workouts because they're absolutely amazing. The size of my booty, which I found out is called your gluteus medius. So your gluteus medius is going to be really, really sore because mine is all the time. But do the workouts and push yourself sometimes because what I've been finding is sometimes I don't like I'm doing it and I'm sweating, but sometimes you got to dig deep, like think to yourself, did I give that my all? Did I really try? Like Jamie said, I'm not going to reiterate that prep is key. Know what you're going to eat when you go to the grocery store, know what you're going to make. I go to work. So whenever I go to work, I pack all my containers. I label it in the refrigerator. So my husband, like a teenage boy, doesn't go in there and eat everything because if I don't label it, he'll eat it. So, prep, do the workouts, engage in the group. And I guarantee after these 21 days, you guys are going to, be obsessed. I feel like it's like we're starting like a little cult here. I feel like it's going to be like CrossFit. Like we're all going to be like, oh my God, you're going to love the 21-day fix. So, stick with it and you guys are going to do amazing. Sorry for my appearance here, but I really didn't have time to do anything. So, but yeah, stick with it guys and you're all going to do absolutely amazing. Good luck.
I had one more thing to add, one more quick tip I just thought of sitting here.
Of course you did. Go ahead.
Of course I did.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, one more quick thing. I was just going to say, don't be afraid to reach out to your coach. You can't bug us too much. I don't think there's such a thing. Don't think you're annoying us with all your silly little questions. Don't think you're being a nuisance every time you send us a private inbox or a text message. That's what we're here for. We're here for extra added support. And if that means that you text me or you message me every single day and tell me you drink your 80 ounces of water or you got your workout in or you had all your red containers, that's great. I want to hear that from you. So do all the other coaches. So don't think that there's a stupid question or a bug me too much question or anything. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I know any of my challengers know they can contact me at any time, text me, anytime, holidays, weekends, it doesn't matter. I'm extremely dedicated to helping you guys get results. Deanna, I love what you said. I'd rather be a weirdo and be in shape or something. That was awesome. Yeah, I went through this phase where I would eat healthy, but then when it was time for an event like that, I would just kind of try to choose the healthier things. And now I just, I'm hardcore. And I don't know, I guess if the way I see it is I would rather just eat my own food. And I've made the mistake too many times of assuming that there was going to be something healthy available at, whatever event I'm going to. And more times than not, it's not the case. So I usually eat ahead of time. Sometimes I'll take a snack with me, like Deanna was saying, Shakeology and Greek yogurt. I'm pretty big on Lara bars, which they're not really permitted for the 21-day fix, but every so often I'll throw in a Lara bar for a cheat. It's a clean, organic, non-GMO type bar that you can have. I would say maybe once or twice a week on the 21-day fix. So I wanted to give you guys time for questions, but first I had some tips here that I just put together on my blog, and hopefully you guys can see this, but these are just some things that you won't necessarily see in the 21-day fix guide, but these are some tricks that I've learned, you know, over 4 years of being a coach. I'm not a nutritionist or anything like that, but I've just learned quite a bit. So these aren't really in any order, but this is kind of what I could think of. So the first one is just sip water all day, you know, sip filtered water all day. I don't recommend bottled water. Bottled water has been tested to be acidic. So it's actually not going to really help you as much as just drinking filtered tap water. And I try not to get too hung up on like how many, you know, counting how much water you've had and all that. Just to me, it's just sip all day. Just sip the water all day. Start as soon as you brush your teeth or whatever. Start sipping your water and just kind of like have it. Kind of just have it with you at all times. You know what I mean? Just like it's attached to your hand, permanently, surgically attached to your hand. You'll always see me with my water bottle. Complex carbs instead of white carbs. So you'll see this, I think, in the 21-day fix guide to some extent, but I really try to spell it out here. So like instead of white bread, go with sprouted grain bread or gluten-free bread. You'll see that in the freezer section. See those in the freezer section. Instead of white pasta, go with organic brown rice pasta or sprouted grain pasta. If you live near Trader Joe's, they have some great organic brown rice pasta. There's also one of my favorite websites. You might have seen, I made a post the other night about vitacost.com. They have some brown rice pasta there that you can order. Instead of white flour, go with like organic brown rice flour or organic whole wheat flour. So if you're going to bake, just try to go with cleaner ingredients.
Stuart, real quick on that. Actually, if anybody lives near a Wegmans or possibly a Trader Joe's, they actually make sprouted grain flour.
Oh, that's awesome.
Just an FYI, I bought it before.
That's cool.
I'm muting myself again.
Instead of crackers, Mary's graham crackers. They're my favorite. You saw I posted about that the other night. Instead of white potatoes, every once in a while I have them, but sweet potatoes are a far superior choice. Healthy fats. Fats are not your enemies. They're actually consuming healthy fats, and like there are lots of healthy fats in the 21-day fix meal plan. It's going to help you burn fat. It's going to help you turn your body into a fat burning machine. Your brain is actually made up of like 60 or 70% fat. I can't remember the exact number, but it's not your enemy like it's been made out to be. So things like nuts, seeds, avocado, coconut oil, hummus are all great. I see a lot of times people who contact me, I'll look at their food journals and I won't see any, hardly any fats on there. Maybe peanut butter, which is not the best choice of fats. But a lot of times I won't see anything. Wild caught salmon is another good one as well, good source of fat. The salad is the main dish. Number 4, that was, I stole that from Dr. Joel Furman, who wrote Eat to Live. But, I try to eat 1 large salad per day. And as far as, I follow kind of the 21-day fix philosophy on that. My dressing is basically, I just put like red wine and balsamic vinegar. So kind of the free choices. You could go with like some olive oil as well if you're going to kind of use that as one of your teaspoons or 2 of your teaspoons. But be sure to go with organic olive oil or Italian olive oil. Don't want to go with like conventional olive oil. There's some bad things about it. Sprouted grains are your friends. We kind of talked about that already. Don't really have time to get into it, but you can kind of look up the benefits of sprouted grains. No processed foods and no sugar. Really, the exception for me is when I have a Larabar that has some sugar in it. But other than that, pretty much just eating like natural foods like what's on the 21-day fix plan. And you won't see really anything on the label that has sugar in it. For me, I generally avoid that. Natural sweeteners instead of artificial. So I actually have a list of natural sweeteners, top list of natural sweeteners like stevia, xylitol, brown rice syrup, honey, agave. If you guys want, I'd be happy to post that in the group. But you want to avoid artificial sweeteners. And that could have been one of the things that was contributing to my anxiety, as well as just consuming artificial sweeteners like aspartame. Almond milk, unsweetened almond milk instead of milk. It's one of my top tips. Unsweetened almond milk has more calcium. It has about a third the calories, and I think 50% more calcium. So drink your Shakeology is a huge tip of mine. It's just one of those things that gives you a lot of things that you can't get from your everyday diet. It's a secret weapon of mine, and I just love it. Been using it every day for 4 years. I never get tired of it, so drink your Shakeology. Minimal high-quality animal protein, so I always try to go with like organic eggs. I can get 24 organic eggs from Costco for a very reasonable price. So if you can get organic stuff, you just kind of have to seek it out. Trader Joe's has wild caught Alaskan salmon. I go with, again, Costco has the Fage Greek yogurt, which is a non-GMO yogurt. So I always try to go with the highest quality, products that I can find as far as the animal products go. Try to stay away from soy, with the exception of tempeh and miso, which are fermented soy products. And if you don't know about those, you can look those up. But I love tempeh. It's on the 21. Actually, I think both of those are on the 21-day fix meal plan. You can look those up. Those are two of my favorites. And then again, I try to go with organic and non-GMO choices as much as possible, especially for the Dirty Dozen. If you're not familiar with GMOs, kind of really something that's starting to catch mainstream now is this whole non-GMO movement. GMOs, genetically modified organism, where food companies have done very bizarre things in order to create these cheap foods. And so you can just learn, there's like a list of top GMOs that you can kind of avoid. And if you avoid processed foods, then you end up avoiding a lot of those GMOs just by the nature of doing that, which is great. And then there's also something called the Dirty Dozen, which is like, it's better to buy like organic berries. And for example, whereas like, let's say kiwi might not be as important because it has a thick skin on it. So you can buy the conventional version of that, so you can look up the Clean 15 and the Dirty Dozen to get an idea of what foods are more important to buy organic and not. And then just my final tip is just eat tons of veggies. I always try to, like I said, have my salad every day and then have a large serving of veggies with my dinner, especially green veggies. So those are my top tips, and I hope you guys found those helpful. Feel free to ask any questions in the group or even here about these, and I can certainly clarify. So I want to just go ahead and open it up for any questions at this point. Anything we can answer? Any other thoughts? All right, guys. Well, if there are no questions, I really appreciate your taking the time to be on here with us for this kickoff call. I think you guys are going to have awesome results. I'm excited about this group, about the point system that we've put in place. I'm pretty excited to see how you guys do and everything. We had a little discussion amongst ourselves, coaches today, saying, hey, we really love how everybody's posting and how excited they are. So keep up that excitement. It's only 21 days, and of course we want to keep you going after that with your next program. By the way, I'm really excited about the 21-day fix extreme that's going to be coming out in February. I'm not sure if you heard about that, but that's going to be amazing. But anyway, I digress. But yeah, we just want you guys to have the most success. And about the prizes, we have some stuff. So we're not going to announce what the prizes are going to be, but I promise you that they're going to be awesome. So you don't have to worry about that. We have lots of cool stuff. So if no one has any questions, I'm going to go ahead and conclude the call. Going once, going twice. All right. Thanks, guys. Have a good night. Bye-bye, everyone.
See ya.